Hello YouTube, Fuzzfinger here and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. So a few people have been asking me how they can get specific items that have low drop chances in the Cerobi Steppe. There's quite a lot of stuff here, so rather than having to keep responding to everyone, I thought I'd make a few videos. And we're going to start with Staff of the Magi, which I believe has between a 1 and 10% chance of its chest spawning, and then if the chest spawns, the item itself doesn't actually have a guaranteed chance of appearing in the chest. So you can be running in and out of this area a lot of times to get the items that you're after. But I'm going to show you the Reks value so that you can manipulate the RNG and get the chest to spawn every single time. And as I say, today we'll be starting with the Staff of the Magi, so hopefully this video will help you. It's a great weapon, probably the best, strongest weapon for your Black Mage. There are other ways to get it, but this is a way that guarantees it quite quickly. So if you want to follow along, make your way over to the Chichita upland, since that's the area we need to enter this particular area from, and then make your way over to the blue save crystal area just before the Cerobi Steppe, and we'll get started with today's show. Staff of the Magi. So Staff of the Magi is generally seen as one of the two ultimate weapons for the Black Mage, the other being the Cloud Staff, which we'll look at in another video. So Staff of the Magi has the elements of Holy, Ice and Wind associated with it. You wouldn't know that just by looking at the text, it doesn't tell you. But those three elements are actually part of the staff, meaning that any spell that uses those elements that you cast will do 50% more damage than other elements. And if you use it as well to exploit an enemy's weakness, if it has one of those elements, then you're going to do even a lot more damage than what is generally considered the strongest black magic in the game of Scathe. So you'll definitely want to get one of these staffs for your Black Mage. I do recommend that your Black Mage is grouped with another job that allows them to cast Holy. They can't cast it by default. In my case, Penelo as a Black Mage also has the Monk job, so she's able to go ahead and cast all three of those elements. And in order to guarantee this chest to have the Staff of the Magi that I'm going to be showing you, you will need a Reks RNG manipulation save file. So you can get Staff of the Magi by other means, but this is the only, sure way, guaranteed way of getting it quite quickly. If you don't have a Reks file, save file, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then check out my Sight and Grat video. I'll leave a link in the description, which will explain everything you need to know about that. The good news is once you've got a Reks save file, then you won't need to repeat that step again. You've got it on your PS4 then for every other chest in the game where you want to use it to manipulate your values. Okay, so let's actually get into prepping our autosave. So you want to make your way over to the Chichita uplands, and you do want to enter the Cerobi Steppe from this entrance, not from the one on the other side. I'll explain why in a short while. So once you're at this particular area, so you're just on the border for crossing over into the Cerobi Steppe, you'll want to prep 2 party members, and only 2 party members, and you'll want 1 party member to be your chest opener. So, sounds like something out of Alien, that does, doesn't it? They're going to be opening the chest. In my case, this is going to be Ash. Now, a number of things have to be true about this person, but by the way, you can use this then on any of the, manipulating any of the chests around the Cerobi Steppe once you've got this person sorted. They need to be unarmed, with no weapon and no shield, and they need to have the diamond armlet equipped. Now they're not going to want the brawler ability either, and they're also going to want to be able to cast Cure. Not Cure a guy, anything like that, just the basic Cure. So in my case, Ash can cast Cure. Pretty simple, yeah, the values of that don't matter as long as it is the Cure spell. And they also need to be able to attack themselves every single time consistently for 0 points of damage. Don't think you can get away with using a shield, because that will get a block, and a block is not what you need. You need 0 points of damage. So that's what you need on this person. And then your second character, in my case Fran, is going to be your enemy killer. Now you can't just go through this area on the way to the chest after you've loaded your autosave and slaughter enemies, because all of those new values you're putting into the game are going to mess up your RNG. So the way we do this is using the Nihopalaoa accessory. Again, I've got a video on my channel. If you don't have this accessory, it shows you how to get it. And then what this is going to do is allow our Phoenix Down items to one-shot every enemy we use them on without actually adding any new values into the system. Okay, so I'm not going to give you an example, I think I've just explained that pretty clearly, but if there's any enemies in our way on the way to the chest, we must cast a Phoenix down on them before they see us, because if they hit us, that's going to put more values in with the damage they do. It's going to mean we're going to have to start again. We're going to hit them with a Phoenix down, cast by Fran in my case, not Ash. Phoenix down will not kill the enemy, Fran's will, because she's got the accessory, and hopefully then we'll make our way to the chest. Right, hopefully I've explained that clearly enough. Let's go ahead and cross over into the Cerobi step, and here we are. Okay, so this is where our autosave has now been created. The chest itself is located down the southern end of this section, but don't try and come in and create an autosave from the bottom here, even though it's closer, because there's a whole bunch of traps that you're going to be standing on when you load your game. It's not pretty, and that's going to mess up the RNG. So you're going to have to come from the top side here. Once you've created your autosave, don't make any other adjustments. If you do all those adjustments I've just shared with you at this point, they're not going to be included in the autosave, because that counts from when we first cross over the border. Right, so now what we're going to do is quit out of the application completely. And it's very important that you do that. Don't go back to the title screen there. If you do, you'll have everything we've just done included in the RNG. And that's not what we want. We want to reset it back to its original state, which we've now just done. And we're going to go ahead and load our Reks save file. Once again, check out my site and great video if you need to know what I'm talking about with this. So I'm just going to go and load up the Reks Nihopalaoa Fortress, whatever it's called. And the cure values we're looking for the Staff of the Magi chest to spawn are 96, 87 and 93. That's the sequence. It has to be in that order. So if you get any other numbers other than those, just keep going until you get that sequence. So 96, 87 and 93. I'll speed this up a bit. And it can take a bit of time. 96, but that's a 90, so that sequence is irrelevant. We just need to keep going looking for it. Okay, you can use the save crystal to restore your MP, but do not use the save crystal to save. Right, so the sequence should be popping up in just a moment. I've skipped a bit out though for your own convenience. It doesn't matter if you need to use the save crystal to restore MP, just do not use it to save. 96, yes, there's 96, and there's 87. It's the first time I've had 87 after 96, so this should be the sequence. So long as this is 93, it is. Once you've got the sequence, 96, 87, 93, don't do anything except quit back to the title. You do not want to quit back to the main PlayStation menu, because that's a hard reset, and we've got the RNG exactly where we want it at this particular time. So at the title screen, go to load, and then load your autosave. Yes, we do. And now this is going to put us with our two characters. And they're set up exactly how we want, which is important, because any changes we make now are going to alter the RNG, which is something we do not want to do. And what I'm going to do then is just switch over to Ash here, and just get her to attack herself 26 times. I really should have set a gambit up for this, but I don't want to do it now in case I mess up. So I'm just going to go to attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is number 26, as long as I didn't miscount. I completely forgot it was 26 times. You're better off, if you can, in your autosave, getting a gambit set up, so when you turn gambits on, your character will attack automatically. You haven't got to do it one at a time then, as I've just had to. But hey, you can learn from my mistakes, no doubt, which is a bonus. So after that 26 times, we're going to go for a cure. So a normal cure spell. Doesn't matter of the value that it gives. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack once again, but just one time this point. And then we're going to go ahead and cure 6 times on self. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we're going to slow down. Right, so that's all the RNG manipulation. So the Reks will get the chest to spawn guaranteed. Those attacks and cures will get the item to appear in the chest of Staff of the Magi. So just to repeat those values, you hit yourself for 26 times, 0 points of damage of course. cure times 1, hit times 1, cure times 6. Okay? So now we're going to just switch over to Fran in case there's anything that needs killing on the way. I'll bring up the map. We're heading down south, and we do not want to get any enemies to attack us, so we need to try and target them from behind if there are any. If an enemy attacks us, runs to us and hits us, that's going to mess up the RNG sequence that we've now established. And we've got the game exactly where we want it. So I did go around and clear this area before I made my autosave, so it does tend to, you know, keep those enemies killed in many cases. And we're going to run past that first chest because that's not the one we're after, and that's going to add to the RNG. Now you can get 3 of these enemies to appear here, which can be really annoying. So try and get them from behind, because otherwise they're going to attract each other. But I'm just going to risk trying to take them out. You do have to get quite close to get the Phoenix down to work. Yep, you can get the loot as well. That won't change the RNG, doesn't matter. I'm going to go to Ash now, since she has the diamond armament equipped, and hopefully this is the chest. Yay, Staff of the Magi. So we manipulated the RNG and guaranteed that chest, which normally has, I think, a 5% spawn chance, and then a low chance for the item to appear in it if it does appear, the chest. So we got that to 100%. And that's a repeatable chest, so if for whatever reason you had more than 1 Black Mage, I saw somebody actually running with 6 Black Mages, so you can actually get as many as you need for your other characters as well. So this chest here contains the Ice Cloud arrows, and there might be a way for us to get that as well. So what I'm going to do, if you want to go for a second item, and you know, and it's in exactly the same area, you haven't got to change, you know, areas or do anything that's going to screw up the RNG, then you're going to want to hit yourself 2 times. So if this works, it'll be a bonus. So there's 1, there's 2, and we're going to go ahead and cast 1 cure. That's all we need to do for the second item. Is 2 attacks and 1 cure. And now hopefully, yeah, we get the quiver of Ice Cloud arrows. So you can do that in any area, so long as the area's the same with the chests. If you know the values for both a first chest and a second chest, you can get 2 items from the same place, which is obviously very handy. So that's a bonus for you, some Ice Cloud arrows. Alright then folks, well I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, don't forget to leave a like. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I'm planning on putting a few more of these episodes out where I'm showing you how to manipulate the RNG to get some powerful equipment that's normally got a very low spawn chance. So thanks for stopping by today folks, and I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy XII. Goodbye.